Fiber One News Radio, and a good morning to you. It is Daybreak here, and time for us to dive on into a great conversation with Port of Call. We got Wendy Smith and Dick Taylor on the air with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How y'all doing?
We're doing great.
Beautiful.
Got you laughing this morning.
You got me laughing this morning.
Cracking up. Yeah.
Beautiful day today. We got the 4th of July holiday. First, do a lot of planes come in to Sanderson Field on these kind of busier 3-day holidays, Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July? People fly in?
Traffic gets a little bigger because there's more, and especially if the weather's nice.
Yeah.
We have kind of fair weather pilots because it's, we're a smaller airport. But so I would say definitely it picks up. Does it get super busy? No,
Sure.
never.
Yeah, and our resident pilots get out too. The guys that are here all the time, they're out more when the weather's good. So.
And of course, Skydive Capelson. They're super busy on weekends like this.
I bet these are great weekends for them.
Yeah.
Once you know the weather's going to be good and stuff. Oh, great. What's going on?
We are just
moving along.
Yeah.
Okay. We're having some discussions on buildings, a couple places. On Sanderson Field itself, where one of our tenants wants to consolidate into some of his buildings and move into another building up there on the campus. And that'll free up one of the 5,000 foot, if that happens, free up one of the 5,000 square foot buildings for a new tenant. So, but we're just talking. We're looking at these kind of things, exploring that kind of stuff. So
yeah, we have a couple of our tenants at Sanderson Field in particular have several square footage in several buildings, and so the ideal situation is not to be separated; it's to be consolidated together. So make them more efficient. The 5,000 square foot buildings were built to start the businesses, and so once they expand past that, then they're kind of all over the place. So our hope, and we're just kind of talking to them and to, trying to kind of shift people around, and so it's kind of fun moving stuff around, and then it'll free up space. We can get new tenants.
And help them grow and be successful. Very nice.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, I feel like I heard conversations about some of the buildings that the Fairgrounds are. What's going on with that?
Right. Well, our last commission meeting, we went out after the meeting and walked around the Fairgrounds and looked and saw what was there, and we're going to have a discussion about that next Tuesday at our meeting, about Fairgrounds buildings and former Fairgrounds buildings.
Sure.
They're old. A lot of them are in disrepair.
Yeah. So, I mean, if we haven't had a fair in, 3 or 4 years now. So those buildings, although not active all the time, at least there was some looked at, once a year. Now it's kind of, does anybody really go up there anymore? Or?
We do, unfortunately, and that's part of the problem, is there's always things to do even when business or buildings are vacant, So when buildings are vacant, there's still maintenance, there's still lawn to mow, there's still, water issues. They go over there to check for leaks, that kind of thing, because that's probably the biggest issue over there is the water system is old. And so it constantly, you turn the water on and then you turn it off and there's leaks. And so there's a lot of maintenance that goes into that, even though people think, what's the problem? There's, empty buildings, there's no big deal, but it is a big deal.
And the roofs are getting blown off in cases.
Yeah, there are some of that.
Roofs,
And there's, we have that old study that was done in 2010 that evaluated the buildings and said, if we put in several, hundreds of thousands of dollars up to, possibly $1 million, we could salvage the buildings, for 7 years. Well, here we are 6 years later, 6.5 years later, and we didn't do all that. So there's issues with wind, there's issues with snow load. So there's some danger there. Nobody's really there. We're not actively renting it. The last event, I think I told you, was the military coming out. Yeah. And so there's not really a danger of people being in the buildings, but just maintaining the buildings is definitely something. So for the future, that's aviation reserve. And so to entice an aviation-related company would, they might come out and look at these buildings and say, what in the world could we do? And so it may look better to, if the buildings weren't there, to, they could have a bare space land and kind of put their view. You walk out of that property and it is the most spectacular view ever.
Yeah.
And so there's potential there.
Yeah.
So.
And as you said, it does get windy up there, and the snow load for sure. I never even thought about that. But
that's
flat roofs.
So we're going to talk about that on Tuesday.
Okay.
at our
Yeah.
commission meeting.
All right. What else is happening then?
Well, nothing really exciting.
Yeah, we're getting, we keep talking about the marina upgrades because that's coming. You know,
Yeah.
we're here almost in July, so by the end of the year, all the boathouses are going to be upgraded to the standard. And man, those tenants down there are working like crazy. They are working really hard, and you know, I just give them accolades because it's tough. I mean, it's a big project, and they're, you know, some of them aren't even going on their summer excursions because they're busy.
Oh, yeah.
So we, of course, have a boathouse. The port owns a boathouse and a boat for maintenance, and so we are currently we're out for bids, getting, you know, people to bid on our boathouse and the upgrades for it. So that should be happening for us in the near future. Next couple months or so, we'll be deciding how to, you know, fix up our own. So
we were talking earlier about a celebrity.
Oh, well,
In-house?
Dick Taylor, I mean, you're
What?
declassified. Coming up in,
Yeah.
what, a month or 2 months?
It'll be September 4th,
Oh, okay.
which is a Sunday, where the finale, our program is the finale of the series.
It was a 10-part eight-part docu-series on declassified information.
Right. The
That's
first,
pretty cool.
yeah, they've already started. The first two were, it's on CNN,
Yeah.
Right.
and the first two were actual. One of them was a real spy story in Russia. Young gal was a spy in Russia, and last Sunday was the hunt for Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, that's I saw that one. It was,
and it's all that's the flavor of what's going on with these programs.
Have you
were
seen it? Oh, sorry.
Interviewed?
No.
Oh, were you interviewed for the show then?
Oh yeah,
Did they have to put a dark shadow over you?
No. Yeah, I spent a whole day up at Keyport Museum. They filmed it up at the museum, and we toured the Trieste up there, and then a whole afternoon of talking with them.
But you don't know how it's going to turn out until we all watch it together.
Right, I have no idea what, yeah, or how much. What we're part of a whole. The series or that segment is about Hexagon, which was the satellite project, which I didn't know until recently was how successful the Hexagon project was. They were taking photographs of all of the Soviet Union back then.
Boy, they compartmentalized that. You went
Yeah.
down to rescue this thing, and
Yeah.
you didn't really understand.
No, we knew it was our satellite, but we didn't know what it was. But so this program is really successful. So I think I haven't seen it.
The focus
The
on
focus
that
of the
story.
last incident, and we're only a part of that,
Sure. Let me ask you guys about the 4th of July coming up and the marina. Are fireworks, now that the marina is part of the city, not allowed, or were they ever allowed, or how are the discharge of fireworks take place on that port property or the marina?
you know, good question. I
They
don't-
come under city ordinance.
yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
whatever the laws.
So no
So
fireworks.
city ordinance is no fireworks.
Okay.
And but are we going to go down?
You know, the police.
Sure.
I mean,
Right.
obviously, the
The police
policing
and fire
of it is
departments
tough,
will.
but
Yeah.
I don't. We've never had an issue. We've never
Okay.
had a complaint. We've never had a concern down there. It's pretty small down there.
Yeah.
So, and I think the majority of the boaters that are in our marina are typically gone in July. So,
Good.
Yeah.
Good to know.
yeah.
Well, then I guess we'll see you guys next week. We'll be into July.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Whoa.
I know. Crazy.
How about them Mariners last night? Though?
Mariners are doing good.
Well,
they're
doing.
I
better.
like the direction that the new guy has us going in.
Yeah.
You know, it's better than years past.
Yeah.
I think
yeah,
we can
that's
all
true.
agree to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8:52. Thank you so much. We are going to surface on out of here and move on with the rest of the show here right after this.
Hi, I'm Ken Slater, the Roof Doc.